Woohoo! Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. What's the latest and the greatest today? I hope you are having an amazing Thursday. I hope everything is going just how you have planned it. I had to go grab my Great Dane who decided she wanted to play in the backyard. So, any of you have a dog and you know when they have a mind of their own at times. They just go and do their own thing. So had me be a few minutes late, but I'm so happy to be with you today because we're going to talk about gut health. Is your gut healthy and how to tell? This is a hot topic because so many people come in asking me questions about, I think something's going on in my gut. I think I have leaky gut, or what's about the microbiome, or they may think it's their thyroid and there's a thyroid and gut connection. But there's so much to be said about this. I'm going to grab something real quick. So when they talk about this to me, I figured since it's a hot topic in my practice, what better way than to come back and share it with each and every one of you. So I hope you are as intrigued as I am and that you're ready to learn a few things and just apply it to yourself. And on today, when's the last time you've thought about your gut health? When's the last time you said, like, you know what? There's something going on, or like you wanted to have a healthy gut. Many of us don't think about having a healthy gut. And on today, I think that we should talk about it. So one of the things that I want to bring up is this: your gut health. A simple gut check is one of the most comprehensive ways to assess your overall well-being. There's been several research papers that have talked about the importance of the microbiome and a wide range of functions, from your immune system all the way down to your weight and to your mental health status and more. And as we go through this, the term microbiome, I mean, it's thrown around and like, what is that? Well, it actually refers to trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and other living microorganisms that exist in your gut. It's a very complex world with hundreds of different kinds of bacteria. And so the objective here is that these microorganisms are the foundation, right, of this gut brain axis. This is like this two-way communication between your brain and your gut. And you want it to start talking. You want it to talk even more so. And so maintaining this microbiome requires a delicate balance, right, of bacteria. There's the good bacteria that really helps us digest food. It helps us with our vitamins and produce hormones and protects against bad bacteria, right? But there's so many things that can impact our gut health. And so if we think about this, there are, somebody's my dog is going crazy. We have high fiber foods that are beneficial. We have the gut bacteria that breaks down the fiber that we digest. And there's also this process of stimulating the production of more bacteria. So when we think about the gut, there's a lot of different things going on here. There's so much going on. Relax, Risen. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're good. Come say hi to everybody since you want to come to the party. This is my dog, Risen. And my dog, Risen, has decided to come here. Oh, now she's coming away. She decided to join the party here real quick. But there's 5 ways to tell if you have a healthy gut. Number 1, transit time. What does that mean? Somebody's at the door, so let's go get them. My dog is not going to let me talk to you, so let's keep it real. Those of you on Facebook, just a second. Come here, Risen. Let's go see. Somebody's coming here, and my dog is not wanting them to come to the house. So let's tell everyone hi. Tell them how you're at the party. There she is, right? There's my beautiful dog who's coming to the party talking live and in color. So let's see, can I show you over here on Facebook? Risen, here, come here. Here you go. See, someone's at the door and she doesn't like it. So I'm protected. So we know that she will be fine in just a second. All right, relax. You're good. They're gone. They're gone. Relax, relax, relax. All right. Didn't expect that today, but you never know. I'm at home giving a talk and about to go give another talk. Nevertheless, transit time. Foods high in fiber moves things along through our intestinal tract. So we have to focus on unprocessed fruits and vegetables and whole grains, right? Many people find that dairy and overly processed foods slow down digestion. Movement leads to increased blood flow and stimulates peristalsis. This is like the wave-like contractions that happen inside of your gut, okay? Now, what's the perfect poo, right? Perfect poo, I know. Is your gut healthy? Do you have the perfect poo? I know we don't talk about this a lot, but it's not anybody's favorite subject. But there's actually a poo scale, and it's called the Bristol Stool Scale, and it provides an easy visual reference. And there's some key things you need to look out for. the texture, the shape, and the buoyancy, right? The texture should be smooth. The shape should be like, I always like to say, some people say sausage shape, but I'll like say like, when you push on the toothpaste out of the toothpaste container and it comes out smooth and with a curl type formation, that is a sausage shape. Or like I say, like soft, like toothpaste or in that consistency. Buoyancy, sinks in the toilet. Poop that floats may be a sign of undigested fat. Now, number 3, gas after meals is not disruptive or painful. Some gas is inevitable after a meal, and some foods like beans and raw vegetables can certainly trigger you to be more gassy. However, let me be clear. Excess gas can indicate something is going crazy in your gut. While everyone has a different baseline, pay attention if you start to notice a change in your level of gassiness or gas that causes you distress or pain. So if you're doubled over in pain and having some challenges, you should not be that way. So having passing gas after having a meal, but having it excessively or you're doubled over in pain may point you back to the direction of your gut. And then when we move on, there's some tips to reduce gassiness. And I'm saying this because we're talking about, the subject of the day is your gut healthy and how to tell. We talked about transit time. We talked about perfect poop. And now we're looking at gas after meals. So if you are gassy, here's some tips so you can help reduce your gassiness. Chew your food slowly and thoroughly to make sure you're breaking everything down. Keep a food journal so you can see if there's certain foods that trigger the symptoms that are going on as it relates to the gassiness. Try to take a short walk after a large meal, since that helps simulate peristalsis, and limit the consumption of carbonated drinks. Okay. Now, you can also consider a probiotic. The 4th thing is good energy levels. If after you're eating, do you feel rested when you wake up? The answer is a good indicator of your gut health. So if you go to bed and you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel great. That energy we get from food that is digested. Your gut health is so important when it comes to digesting your food. You want to receive the vital nutrients, and that comes from your gut. And your gut is breaking things down so you can pull out the essential nutrients. However, if your gut is having some challenges and you're fighting fatigue, then there's some things going on that's much deeper than just looking at your gut. You want to look at the gut as the beginning. Everything begins and ends in your gut. Then you want to go to the next step. The gut-brain axis influences your sleep as well. So you want to make sure that two-way communication of your sleep and between your gut and your brain is going really well. And then low energy can be an indicator of a leaky gut syndrome. Now we can talk about that later. And then the last thing that we'll point out as it relates to 5 ways to tell if your gut is healthy. The 5th thing is this. How's your memory? How's your mood and your focus? There's so much research on the impact of gut bacteria and our moods, right? Up to 90% of our body's serotonin, our feel-good neurotransmitter, is produced in your gut. So it's not surprising that many people who have an imbalance in their biome may also notice some changes in their mood. So as we think about this is a two-way street. Stress alters the gut composition, and that turns out causing more challenges in the gut production of hormones such as neurotransmitters, and that causes a mood shift. So we want to do whatever we can to get our gut right. What I want you to understand is these neurochemicals are so very important, and they have the ability to learn new information and retain it. So if you're noticing a change in your cognitive abilities, it may be time for you to evaluate other signs of healthy gut. So when I think about this out loud and I think about it to myself and I say it to you, your poo is a definite indicator of what's going on in your health. So ask yourself, when you eat something, is it running right through you? Is it taking its time? Transit time is important for good gut health. Looking into the perfect poo, right? The texture, the shape, the buoyancy. Number 3, gassing after meals. Oh, I love glutamine. Love glutamine. In fact, I put a majority of my patients on glutamine. I will do glutamine. I do a powder for glutamine. I think it's been well digested by my patients. They are compliant with it. I'll do 2 scoops of glutamine in the morning and 2 scoops in the afternoon if someone's on a gut protocol with me, or I'll have them go into maintenance. So if you're noticing you're having some challenges with your gut, glutamine is awesome. Glutamine is basically the foundational product. It's like helps build the gut wall line. The gut lining is a better way of putting it. So glutamine is awesome. Great, wonderful. Glutamine, also digestive enzymes can be quite powerful as you're dealing with the gut. Digestive enzymes, after about the age of 30 or so, we don't have, we start to have decreased, let's say 35. We get decreased enzymes that come from our pancreas, decreased acid from our stomach, and sometimes we need a little help breaking things down. So if we think about this as a whole, digestive enzymes are great. Glutamine is great. You also want to consider about probiotics, but don't forget your prebiotics. And it's important to understand when we're talking about probiotics, so many people are out there taking probiotics. I would like to say, if I could have people take probiotics across the board, I would say take them at night away from food. And then after about 3 to 4 months, I would switch them to something else, because our bodies are so divinely designed that they adjust and they adapt. So I would change out the probiotic as well, but being very mindful of the probiotics, because there's so many out there. Probiotics, prebiotics. When I think about the health and I think about like what I get asked a lot about, I get asked a lot about thyroid. I get asked a lot about diabetes, about the gut health, about hair growth. I mean, so many things. And right now I'm looking at, we need to have some foundational things, some foundational supplements in our supplement cabinet or drawer that we should be taking on a regular basis. So as I go through this and I start doing more and more talks, as it relates to different things people can take, I'm going to start suggesting some other ones, because I get asked so often. I'm like, and there's so many products out there, whether you're at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Walgreens, Walmart, CVS. There's so many different brands out there. But when it comes to just when you're taking supplements, we want to make sure that you're taking things that are good for us and that have enough active ingredient in it as opposed to inactive. So you don't want to be taking a whole bunch of junk when you're coming to supplements. And what I mean by that is it's filled with fillers. So it's filled with a whole bunch of fillers and not things that are quite beneficial for you to sustain what you're trying to obtain, what you're trying to sustain. Okay. So with that being said, gut health. Don't forget to check out your gut. Don't forget to be more mindful of it. I'm super excited with this opportunity to present this with you. People have asked me, I was just in Utah this past weekend, doing a conference on hormones. I am going to go into hormones more in depth. Thinking at my schedule right now, coming up with my schedule for next month. That's what I'm going to talk about, because hormones. I get asked about this so much. And as we go through this, I think if you know better, my thoughts on it, we do better. Well, we actively have the choice to do better. So thinking of hormones, I am looking at, I'll lay out something for the next few weeks to go over something like that, as well as throw in some stress topics, because April is stress month, believe it or not. So I encourage each one of you to continue to work on yourself, not that you have to, but that you get to. And I thank you for joining me during this opportunity, just for me to share, because I think it's a platform where here I am open to just speaking to many people. When I'm in my practice, I can only speak one-on-one. And here's an opportunity. When you learn something, you can share what I've learned and what you've learned with others. So we teach one in medicine, we do one, right? We see one, do one, teach one. That's what we say in medicine. See one, do one, teach one. So that's what I use this platform for. Every Thursday at 12:30, I invite you to come, invite a friend, watch the video later, ask questions, like those of you here on Instagram who brought up the glutamine. Thank you. Those of you who've asked about probiotics, thank you, because sometimes it's just a lot of information and you want to give bits and pieces that people can actually comprehend, in the sense that they can actually apply it to their lives. So you're doing well when you can apply it to your life. So on today, I hope you've learned something about how you can apply what I've spoken about, and then teach someone else. Remember, see one, do one, teach one. Talk with you soon. Have an amazing Thursday. Bye. Woo, that was great, Facebook people. I see you here. So happy to have you on board. Until next Thursday, be encouraged, be uplifted, and don't forget to share something positive that happened to you this week to somebody.